live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Psychic Cafe. Come on in, grab a cup of coffee or tea, pull up a chair, and let's hang out for a while. Post your questions or ask for to pull a general, just pull a card for you in the chat, and we'll take the questions in the order that they come in. Um, if you grab us a coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee, we'll take your question in chat first and no waiting, and we'll spend more time with you. The link is right there in the chat, psychic.cafe/coffee. Now, if somehow, because I heard this happen, you're watching us, but there's no chat, you must be watching us from somewhere else, So let me see if I can pop this link up here. So if you're seeing us,
where would they be watching us from if they weren't watching us from
I
YouTube?
don't know. I don't know. I mean, it could be a player somewhere. One thing I know is when I post the link for the YouTube show on Twitter, it actually puts up the video and you can just watch it right there on Twitter. You never have to come to the channel. But if you want
Oh,
to, yeah, yeah. And I got Charlotte with me here today, obviously. So if you want to
of
hang out
course.
with Charlotte and I in the chat and you want to put your
On Monday, fun day.
Monday fun day, if you want to come into the chat and post your questions and things, you got to come to the page. And this URL, whenever we have a live show, this is going to take you right into the YouTube live. So it's psychic.cafe/live. You just open a new tab in your browser, type it in that way, psychic.cafe/live. And that will take you right over to the actual show page on YouTube for the live with the chat for the live chat. And, there's another chat on the video after the live chat, after the live show, and you can, post comments and such. But we want you in here live with us. Yeah. And it's a new time. Oh my God. So it may just be me and Charlotte here today, and that's it.
It may be because
Yeah. Yeah. I
it's
mean,
Monday, fun day. I know people don't just sit and watch YouTube and wait for us to come live.
well, you never
Kind of
know.
need to know
We're actually all
live because
we're
we're
actually
cool.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're actually only just a little bit earlier. Um, it has to do with the time changes, and it's a little too much to get into. But just so you guys know, I'm in Arizona. We don't change the time. The rest of the country changes the time. Uh, I was starting the show at 6:30. I'd have to start it at 7:30, and I can't go that late because of other responsibilities that I have at home. So this is the only time I could do it. So here I
Yep.
am.
But for the rest of the world, this is an hour and a half change.
Right, right. But it's only a half hour change for me. It's really cool. It's
Yeah,
sick.
so all the people in Arizona are cool, but
Yeah. Well, the reason why I changed it an hour and a half instead of an hour is that we've been starting on the half hour, and I thought, hey, as long as I'm going to change the time anyway, why not go a half hour earlier so I'm not doing this show so late where I am, you know. And
yeah, now and honestly, it feels. I mean, once this time changes, it's like a
mhm,
slug in the gut, man. It just,
mhm.
I'm like, because already I'm like, it's got to be at least 9 o'clock out there because it's pitch black, and it's just barely after 6. So
Of course, of course.
I wish the rest of the country would follow Arizona's very smart choice. However long ago they decided to stop
Yeah.
changing time.
Yeah, it's been a while, really. It's been a while. Um, oh, and Deborah Zachow is in the chat with us. So Deborah was my guest on Saturday. So
Oh,
if you missed that show, folks, watch it in archive on the channel afterwards because it was a good show. And I'm going to be a guest on her show, Grow Your Light with Deborah.
cool.
And I forgot the exact date. Deborah, when is it? It's like November. I hate that because I should know, have all this stuff set up. November guest on Deborah's show is okay. It's going to be noon my time apparently, so that's 11 a.m. Pacific, noon Mountain Time, and what would that be? 2 p.m. Eastern on November 14th, Thursday, November 14th. Mark your calendars and go over to her channel. Just type in "Grow Your Light with Deborah Zachow." Well, if you can't spell Zachow, it's right there in the chat if you see it right now. But just put "Grow Your Light with Deborah." It'll pop up her channel, and just go to her channel, and you can click notify. It'll notify you when I'm going to be a guest on her show. I love, I love that because I get to be on the other side of the microphone for a change. I don't have to do any.
Yeah,
I don't have to
yeah.
do work. Just chat with Deb and pull cards, and we had a great show. I'm gonna see real quick here. Hmm, give me just a second. I'm gonna
All
see
right.
if I can bring up. Oh dear, hang on just a second here. I might be able to grab that banner. Gotta find it. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna pop it up here in the viewer here, and doesn't want to fit too good, but you guys get the idea. Check that out. Doing it on the fly, live on air here. So there's her new book that came out on the 28th of last month, Decode Tarot. And this was the show. Me and her
Cool.
hanging out. It was great. So look for this banner when you go to our channel on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch the show. Really cool stuff. And
Nice.
I go ahead, Charlotte.
I just said nice.
Oh, okay.
I'm just I'm just saying, positive
Yep.
things about it.
Well, I had a couple other things I wanted to show in regards to that. One is her book again, and I actually made a URL for it. And let me see if I can grab the URL on my show notes. It's always good to have show notes, right? And it's going to be, what is it? Psychic.cafe/decode tarot. Oh, shoot. I can't type. Decode tarot. There it is. Ding. Psychic Cafe/decode tarot. Not only that, though, not only that, Charlotte, but Deborah's also the author of the Clarity Tarot, along with illustrator Kate Matthews. And so if you go to psychic.cafe/clarity tarot, you can grab her new deck. I mean, yeah, it's been out for a couple of years, but it's still new. I mean, compared to everything else, right? Clarity
Yeah.
Tarot. Let me get that link into the chat. There it is. Psychic.cafe/clarity tarot. So go ahead and, grab a copy of that. Great stuff. Great stuff. I read her book. Fantastic. It's not going to be like you're used to, with the typical, how do I put it, Charlotte? Oh, I know. They call them tarot cookbooks when they're, tarot 101, and it's just going through the
Oh, right.
cards and, and the keywords. Well, she goes in depth using her knowledge, what's worked for her doing readings, like 10,000 readings. And then she wrote this book. And so if you're learning tarot, or even if you've been doing tarot for a while, I suggest reading that book, because I learned things that amazed me. I was like, oh, I never thought of that. And
Oh, that's
it's
good to know.
it's a valuable resource. Think of it as like a textbook, along with all the other books, courses you've taken, what have you. Decode Tarot is really going to help you out. So yeah, new time today. It's going to be super quiet. It's me, Charlotte, and Deb. Should have just had Deb come on. Deb, I should have just sent you the link and said pop on. Oh
And
gosh.
we could just talk amongst ourselves.
Ain't that true? Ain't that true? But I do have one thing set up at least, and that's the card of the day or cards of the day. I always pull the heart of the matter card, and I got them from, of course, the Steel Wizard Tarot by Pamela Steele, who was and on Friday's show, our 20th anniversary of the Tarot Guild, and she got her certified tarot grand master. I gotta talk to Deborah because she should be a certified tarot grand master by now. Anyway, and I love how she did the
Yeah.
Seven of Cups here. And look how the lady in the Seven of Cups, instead of looking, I guess she was supposed to be looking at the cups up here, but with all the different choices, but she's actually looking over at the Two of Swords. So there's like a choice that you're either unable or unwilling to make right now. And I think what's really going on is that you're struggling with the decision, and you're avoiding taking action because there's many options, and who knows, we may be unsure of the consequences of each path. And you might be feeling overwhelmed by all your personal desires and the possibilities in front of you in making this decision. But it's essential that you weigh all our options here, weigh your options carefully, and don't get carried away with our fantasies. And that's another part of the Seven of Cups card, is there's an element of fantasy there. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
those are
You
the
know,
cards.
I actually pulled some cards. I usually don't because I just let you do it. But for because what else are we gonna do right now? I went
Mm-hmm.
ahead and pulled, and surprisingly, I came up with almost the same message. A little slightly different twist, but not really. The message is basically the same. And I pulled the Will o' the Wisp, which is treasures hidden in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
My lighting is like super bad.
I can sort of see that though. Oh, it's fading a little
Kind of
bit.
a dark card,
That's
but
that's one of the
but
problems. It's a dark card.
but basically it's and then also the farther gate, a bold step forward. So what the Will of the Wisp is talking about is when this card shows up, it's saying, hey, how about an adventure? Now, to take this adventure, you may have to give up some things that like basically take you out of your comfort zone a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but the rewards at the end are, can be pretty cool. And then to get this card to back it up for the farther gate, which is, a bold step forward, it basically is saying the same thing. Once once you hit this for this gate, you're again, you've stepped out of your comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
and the things that await you are pretty damn cool. So I just, they're kind of the same message, it's just like you can't just, this one is like, you can stand and march in place, kicking up dust,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of action going on around you, but are you really getting anywhere? No, you're just making a big mess, and like clouding the air, so to speak. But you know, if you can see as it goes back towards the gate that's back here, it's lighter, it's clearer. You're getting out of anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very cool.
basically the same. I think it's pretty much the same message, which I love synchronicities.
Yes, yes. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Maybe you're watching this in archive, and
Yeah.
we could use the subscriptions. We've been around for a while with this channel, but it's relatively newer because it's only been a few years that we've done it full time. And we were doing radio before that for 14, 15 years. So yeah.
Some great shows on the radio and some great shows now. And the thing is, it's like if you're working
Mhm.
and not in the chat, join in the chat and like don't be afraid to ask questions because it sometimes Dax and I get on our rowdy reader grooves, but
Yeah,
tonight is one of them. It may turn into one, who knows? Uh, but
it
you
could.
know, so don't be afraid that we're gonna, you know,
Well, even
say
when we,
something mean. But the other thing too is don't be afraid to ask the question because just because we say it, and if it's something that it doesn't appeal to you,
Mhm.
I mean it's gonna happen. I mean, you can change the destiny of anything in just a moment. I mean, the cards that we're reading right now are for this exact moment in time, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Am I talking out my bum or am I or
No,
am I right? So don't
most
be
of what
afraid
you're
to.
saying sounds correct. However, the only caveat I throw in is that what I've noticed is when I do the cards for the show, like I just did, some people will come back 2 days later, 2 weeks later, 2 months later, 2 years later, and say they just saw it and it applied to them and it helped.
Yeah,
So it can
yeah,
still help, even
yeah,
in, yeah.
yeah. I agree because it's. I mean that that has happened with a lot. Well, I don't follow a lot of sites like this, but I do have some that I was
Uh-huh.
following before I became a fan of the Psychic Cafe and all that came before was still on the radio. Um,
By the
but
way,
when I would tune into some of their older things, I'd be like, "Ooh, I needed to see that today,"
mhm,
and and so many of them say just like you did.
yeah.
If you found us today on whatever day you're watching it, you were meant to see us today because there's a
Mhm.
message in here for you somewhere.
Oh, and it's funny in the chat, Deborah said, "Yep, I'm not camera ready." Back when we were talking about, oh, we should have invited her on. And that's exactly what I was thinking because I remember when we were doing the show and before the show, she was like, "Okay, I have to get camera ready and then I'll be on there with you." She
Yeah,
also put a comment
I
in the chat.
yeah. What was her comment?
So she said, "This is exactly what my book's about. Adding a layer of optimism and empowerment by understanding that you can change at the level of action, which changes the outcome."
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why that's
I
why I
told
talk about accuracy because if something I predict doesn't happen, that would count against accuracy, but it doesn't mean it wasn't going to happen. You might have changed something so the outcome.
just in the knowing
Mhm.
you changed it. And yeah, and I just want Deb to know that I combed my hair to be camera ready,
There you
as you
go.
can tell. But it's chilly. It's chilly here tonight, and
Yeah.
so I have my beautiful brown giant
Yeah.
hoodie sweatshirt on.
So let me share my screen. We're going to do some like behind the scenes real quick because I just asked everybody to subscribe. We're still trying to hit that 1,000 mark, but we've already hit the 500, which is the lower level. And I'm going to see if I can share my screen here, except I got the wrong page up. We're supposed to be looking at YouTube. Here it is. Okay. So, see, we have 647 subscribers. We still want to hit the 1,000. So please subscribe to the channel. But we are only 100 and something public watch hours away from that 3,000. Look how close it is right here. We are so close to getting monetized at this first level. And then the next level is, again, those 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And then that's when you get ad share. the ads on that you see on our channels and everything. Yeah, we're not getting paid for that right now, but as soon as we can hit 4,000 and 1,000 subscribers, we'll get a little kickback, maybe not a lot, but a little bit from ad share, and it's AdSense actually on YouTube because Google owns AdSense and YouTube. So there you go. That's how that all works. Yeah, that's how that all works. Um, let's see. What's Deb saying now? Having a psychic reading gives you a heads up of what's gonna happen, most likely going to happen, so you can make your own choices. Exactly. That's what I always tell people. I want my clients to know the future is not written in stone, and we can only do a reading from what you were saying, Charlotte, from this moment, the now. I call it the now, like Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means you've made all these decisions, and this is how I don't know if you've ever heard it this way, Deborah, but it's like all these decisions have been made by you in the past, and they've all come together into this one point in time, this moment. And so when we're doing a psychic reading, it's always from the now. So we are looking out at potential outcomes based on the trajectory from all those decisions you made, where you're most likely headed. And that's great information because if that's where you want to go, good. But if you don't want to go there, you can change it. Right. And that's why I don't, me personally, I have nothing against other people doing it, but like I don't say anything about I'm 92% accurate, 98% accurate, 87% accurate, 95% accurate. Because you don't know how accurate you are because you don't know how many things people decided, I don't want that outcome. Anyway, that's the way I
Yeah.
look. Yep, yep. So I was going to say,
And
even,
there's there's always also along with the readings, of course,
yeah.
is just some of the common sense advice that goes along with the reading. Because the cards say one thing, and then the life coaching or whatever you want to call it that goes on along with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's always helpful information, and that's not life coaching. I'm going to say is not so much about what's going to happen as much as it is about helping you get through your day-to-day existence.
True.
And that's never a bad thing. Like when we get when we always get the love questions. Is is Tommy in love with me? Well, I don't know. Have you asked Tommy if he's in love with you? Has he given you any indication that, I mean, what have you observed with your own eyes? I think is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, and how often have we basically said that? You know?
Oh, so many times. And I always throw that back a lot of times anyway. I throw that back because I'm like, well, what have you tried? Oh,
Yeah.
Aisha's back.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, one of our one
One
of
of our
our
regulars.
one of
Yeah.
our regular peeps is paying attention to time
I
change
think
notice.
I think the last time she was on in the chat was when Deb was on and she was asking about uh this fella Zaid, and I I'm not 100% sure. I might be mixing ones up, but I think it was the one where she was like they had sent her picture to his family, which I guess is a thing, where they're from. And the family accepting people is so important in their culture, and so they she asked about that and we pulled cards on it. This question's a little bit different. She's saying she wants to know if Zaid, and I know I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but I'm just going with Zaid. Uh, is he trustworthy and a loyal, kind man? Is he trustworthy? Hmm. Well, first of all, just advice in general, he's a man, so no. There's
There's
your
always
answer
no,
right
there's
there,
always the ulterior motive.
Yeah, yeah. And she put in
No
different
matter
question. Yeah.
what he says his motives are, truly, there's only one motive.
I caught that it was a different question, Aisha. Yes, she just typed in there different question. There's a delay about anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds, 8 seconds, something like that, from when we talk and then when they actually hear it and see it on YouTube. It's the delay from the Zoom going to the studio at YouTube and then going to, yeah.
And it
Anyway,
also depends on their server too, because it can be even longer than that.
yeah. Because we had actually it was the reading we did for her was really positive. But she says now, yeah, now we're hearing a lot of wrong stuffs about him and it's confusing. Are you gonna do the
My pendulum says he is a kind and loving man.
pendulum?
Yep.
Pendulum. Let's see what shows up when I pull some cards here. Very first card, my favorite card in the universe, Temperance. I mean, wow, I love that. It's literally the card of tarot. It's in the middle of the major arcana, card 14. And look on the chest there. That is actually that square with a triangle in is similar to the Egyptian Ankh. It's life because the triangle part is the spirit and the square is the physical. The spirit dwelling in physical is what life is. And the triangle would represent the major arcana. Think of 7 cards along each side from the majors. The unnumbered card, the Fool, would be in the center. And then on the square, imagine all 14 cards from each of the 4 suits lining up on those 4 sides. Yes, it's actually the symbol for tarot. But this is a card of alchemy. It's a card of the marrying of opposites. It's a card of balance and everything. Very positive, very positive. And then he shows up as the Page of Wands. So he might have a more youthful outlook than you or be chronologically younger than you, Aisha. And but it's the fire energy with the wands. So he's really passionate about what he does. He's passionate about you. At least that's the gut instinct feeling I get. I'm not getting anything negative here at all. Let me pull one more card and see what comes out. Okay, 10 of swords. When I get a lot of swords, those are thoughts and ideas. Often it means the client is overthinking things. Okay, so you guys all might be overthinking a little bit here. First it was the picture to the parents. Now it's, well, I'm hearing these things, it doesn't matter. Okay. And then the 10 of swords is one of those kind of like the death card where it's in the major arcana. This is from the minors, where it's like one door closes but another door opens. So there's a door opening here. This is a whole new cycle. Something in his life might have shifted and ended. And so, hey, if there really was anything to any of those rumors, he might have, put all that to bed. It's gone. It's gone. So hey, it all looks positive to me. Yeah.
Well, and here's one of those common sense life coaching things.
Yeah.
If you look hard enough, you're gonna find. If you look hard enough, you're gonna find what you're looking for. So if you're
Yep.
looking for bad things, you're gonna find them. I mean, and they're gonna be like Dak said. They might be from the past. They might be, but if you
Yep.
look for something, the universe is gonna say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is what you're looking for. Okay, there it is. So I would just concur with Dax and say, don't overthink it.
Now in the
I
chat,
mean,
oh, Emily just came in. Hi, Emily. Emily's back.
hi,
Aisha,
Emily.
Aisha had a comment, not younger to me. Okay, so not he's not younger than her. And I wanted to clarify on that. This is not really for Aisha so much as it's for the people learning tarot that come to our channel. And he might not be chronologically younger than you, but when a knight or a page, are showing up, a knight still could be contemporary, but pages are definitely younger. And it doesn't mean he's chronologically younger than you. He's actually younger. He could be actually older, but he could have a more youthful outlook. Now, the other side,
That
and wait a minute, hold on, let me get it all out. That's saying it nice. Okay, so that's the nice side of the coin, is he might be, just very youthful in his mind and have that kind of thinking. But then on the other side, okay, it's adolescent thinking. Okay, so could go either way there. I don't know which one he is, or both. Could be both, But that's what I meant when I pulled the card and I said, okay, got this page, but um doesn't mean that he's chronologically younger than you. He just could have a more youthful outlook on life, or he's a little bit on the adolescent side, and anyway, it could go either way.
that's what I was gonna say though. When you gave that reading about the page card and you said
Mm.
about the age, in my mind, I immediately thought if he's not what you just said, I'm like, he may not be physically younger than her, but mentally he's younger than her in one way or the other. So
Right.
that was what I picked up on when you pulled that card up was, and that because that's immediately what came to mind. Even though you said chronologically, which one would assume would be number of
Mhm.
years younger, but in my mind, I was like, no, chances are he's maybe a little more immature, maybe. Yeah, because guys do mature slower than men. Boys
Mhm.
mature slower than girls do. That's just a proven fact.
Yeah.
And
But even if he's much older, I don't know how old they are, but let's say a couple where, she's 38 and he's 42,
well,
where it's beyond the growing up factor, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't still have a youthful outlook, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
or even the negative stuff.
right,
So
exactly.
we got a question from Emily. So here's one, Charlotte. You could pull a card on. May I please have a general reading? Okay, so message from the universe for
Trip
Emily.
universe for Emily.
Yeah, we'll see what comes up. And at 6:35, we got some more time. Although this might be the shortest show we've ever done. We usually go an hour and a half trying to do an hour show, but because we're doing this new time, it's taking a while for our regulars even to find us. And Michelle and Dan, I think I threw them for a loop with the time change. And but they're iffy on Mondays anyway. A lot of times they can't make it. Family obligations.
So I like these two cards that I got for Emily. I got the Horseman, which is a herald of change, and that can be either good or bad. But it's saying, change is a coming, girlfriend. Be on the lookout. And then to back that up, it's the first breath, beginner's mind. And this is about leaving all your old shit behind. And you notice how I said that word really fast.
Yeah.
and uh and you know, taking that first step into the new beginning and just leaving all your old stuff behind because as soon as you do,
Yeah.
so many doors open up for you. And,
Mm-hmm.
the horseman says change is a coming, and this one says leave all your crap behind and take a deep breath and move forward and don't look back. I love the horseman card. I think Just,
Exactly.
yeah. Because I mean, look, I mean, it's just like rearing up. She's like everything's
Yep.
blowing in the breeze. She's got, she's just charging into the future. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh, a couple of things. One is Ladybug popped in, another one of our regulars. Hey,
Oh, we haven't seen
Ladybug.
Ladybug for a while.
Yeah, I saw her on, I think on the Saturday show with Deb, she was in the chat. The other thing I want to mention is I got to talk to Ellie because with the time change to 5 Pacific, and I know she's in San Diego, she won't be able to make it home from work in time to do a show on Thursday. So I didn't schedule a Thursday show this week. I scheduled today and Wednesday. We'll be back on Wednesday with Michelle and maybe Charlotte will pop on. Um, but it'll be at the 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. Now, I was like, oh, maybe I can't do Thursday shows with Ellie anymore. But I was just thinking that I might just talk to Ellie and say, hey, what really is a good time for you? And maybe we'll just do a later show when she can make it home from work, or pop on some of the Saturday shows. Cause I think in a week or two we've got a Saturday show. Michelle's show is the 9th, and then the 23rd. So there's the 16th and the 30th. There's actually 5 Saturdays. Anyway, so,
Wow. Yeah,
so just
because
so
we,
you
we have to have Ellie. I mean, we just,
so
I mean,
well,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
just
That's
saying
like,
all this because I know people are going to get confused. So I'm just telling everybody that, hey, we're working out new logistics. So hang in there and look for the announcements. Make sure, okay, once again, I'm going to push the little button here if I can find it. Subscribe to the channel, and then you're going to get the announcements. Plus, when you go to our channel, we have up all the upcoming shows, and you can go notify, 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 notify. Of course, that's not on a phone. I guess it goes this way, but I'm on a computer, and it puts it all the way across all the upcoming shows, and I just go notify, 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 like I do on Deb's channel. I like to get notifications of everything. Anyway, so yeah, some of the stuff going on, some of the stuff going on. So, Ladybug, if you have a question or want a general, a message from the universe, just pop that in there. We just did Emily's, right?
yep.
So, while we're waiting for more questions, and anybody that's watching us and you're on the fence, jump in there and chat with us and let us know what you are curious about. But I'm going to mention a couple things like our 20th anniversary, which was October 31st. So the Tarot Guild, October 31st, 2004 to 2024, 20 years. We celebrated last Thursday, but we actually celebrated it because it's Halloween and Doug's birthday and all this kind of stuff. Plus, Doug was going in the hospital on his birthday. It was, oh my God, it was horrendous. But
Oh no.
yeah,
We're done.
he just had a heart operation literally today.
Good grief, that guy can't catch a break, can he?
Cannot. And so the replay, watch anytime. Look for this banner and watch the replay. We had Pamela on there, and why that's super duper cool is because she got, if I can find the link here, she got her Tarot Grand Master certification. Yay, Pamela! After
Yeah, excellent.
45 years. Yes, yes. And so we have 4 levels. We got certified tarot reader, certified tarot professional, certified tarot master, and tarot grandmaster. Get in contact with me, especially if you've been reading a long time, because you might qualify for a much higher level, because after everybody has to do the CTR level, and it's an exam, but it's really a quiz. It's like 22 questions. Of course, I'm a numerologist. That's why it's 22, right? Master builder. And so Then there's a reading test because we want to see if you're able to give a professional level reading, right? And you get your CTR. The other levels are based on length of experience and contribution to the world of tarot, also along with professional development. And I'm not going to go into the details. We'll do a show on that. But right now, I'm just saying, just contact me. You might already qualify and not know it for like certified tarot professional or certified tarot master. Yes, indeed. And by the way, it's half off right now. If you're one of our members and you have your CTR or you haven't got your CTR yet, this is the time to apply. It's $69 instead of 138 a level. And then if you are ready for a higher level, which is exactly what um obviously Pamela did, and um oh, Michelle got her certified tarot professional. Yeah, so she went a level up too. It's it's half price. It's half price. And yeah, we did that for the anniversary 20. I love the new logo. Oh my God. What do you think of the new logo, Charlotte? I just love
I
the
like it. I like it a
20,
lot.
20 years with the Tarot Guild. It looks so much better than our old logo, even though that one was done by Ciro Marchetti. Well, he did the square. Actually it was me that did uh the fanning of the cards and everything. That's actually from his deck. It's from one of Chiro's decks, the Grand Lux, and I fanned it out and put the thing and put the writing and everything like that. Our old logo, but now we've got a brand new one, and to celebrate the 20th anniversary, we've brought back lifetime membership, and for just these few days here, um, for the anniversary, and within a week of the anniversary, um, we're doing it for one payment of $78. So yeah, not $499, which is what we should be charging for lifetime membership. Remember, our membership is $78 a year. Every year you're paying, so in 10 years you've paid $780 or $7.80 per month. Well, now you can lock in lifetime membership for life, and you get live mentoring and coaching and our Q&A and discussion sessions, trainings, workshops. It's worth just that. Twice a month, we do live mentoring and coaching on Zoom. And then we're also throwing in that professional certification I was just talking about. We're throwing in the first level CTR free. So, new members can get certified and they don't have to pay the $138, or now that it's on sale, the $69 fee. And then I'm also throwing in my $299 Tarot by the Numbers course. So if you need a tarot course before you get certified, hey, you don't have to take my course to get certified, but it's free. It's included with the lifetime membership. Our coffee page is psychic.cafe/coffee if you want to send us a cup of coffee. And I'll pop that in the chat for everybody there. And next shows, like I said, as you can see down here in the lower left corner, 5 p.m. San Diego time, 8 p.m. New York time, at least Monday and Wednesday. And then, of course, our Saturday and Sunday shows and events are all 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. That's not changing. It's just these evening shows because it bucks up against some of my other responsibilities. That's all. Um,
Can I just pop in and
of course, of course.
on your certification for the $69,
Mhm.
was it anyway? People can get that now, and then they can get certified at any point in time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So like if you're
Yep.
thinking you might, like within the year want to
Mhm.
get certified, now's the time to get that
Yeah, just
uh
grab it. Just grab it.
grab
Because
grab it at that price because it's a great price
that's a
and
great point, Charlotte. I mean, like, even if you just got your CTR, and then it's 5 years experience to get the CTP. All right. And a lot of our members that join have 10, 20 years experience. But if you're brand new and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to wait 5 years, or it's been, say, 2 years, 3 years since your CTR, and you got another year or two to go before you qualify for CTP, grab it anyway. It's not going away. And really the best way, if you're an annual or a monthly member right now, I would suggest, instead of going in, and by the way, where you find the link, if you're a member, go to the private group. It's psychic.cafe/guild members. But all you got to do is click on groups on the website, look for Tarot Guild members. It's a private group. If you're a member, you have access. Pop in the group, and in the first few pinned comments on the group, there is a link to get it for $69 for half price. But if you are a monthly or an annual member, I would suggest getting the lifetime membership for $78. It's only a little bit more, and then you won't have to pay annually anymore. That's the smart way to go.
Can I pop in again? And
Yeah.
because what I'm going to say is, if you're hesitant about a lifetime membership, because sometimes we find these things and they're like, oh, get a lifetime membership, and you're like, at least for me, I'm like, well, it's not necessarily my lifetime, it's the lifetime of what I'm subscribing to. And this show has a
It is
great track record. I mean, we just celebrated 20
20
years.
years.
So it's
Yes.
not like we're just a fly by night
Yeah. And be
group.
careful of that,
We,
because there's a lot of websites out there, right, Charlotte, that are just pop up.
yeah. And that's what I want. That's why I wanted to just pop that in there, just to say, hey, we've got our street cred. We've got 20 years of street cred. And if you don't believe, all you have to do is go back and yeah, I mean, I don't know how far back your tape shows go, but or
There's
recorded shows
thousands.
tape. But and you'll see that this show has been going on forever. And while we've gone through different um readers,
Mhm.
as is the case of anything. I mean, everybody, their life revolves and stuff, but it's been there, and there's always been quality readers. And I'm I'll let y'all decide about myself. I'm not bragging about myself in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or form. But I mean, right now, we've got Michelle and Ellie and Pamela and Dax, and
Mhm.
there's there's always really good readers, and it's been going for 20 years, so
Yeah,
you
a
really
lot of
can't go
great
wrong.
people on staff. And those live twice a month Zoom sessions is just worth your membership right there, because you have all these experienced people. I'm trying to get Deborah to get on the staff.
And it's also, there's a lot of the camaraderie that goes on,
Mm-hmm.
especially on those Sunday shows, is really cool. I mean, it's like, we're just, it is a group of like-minded people. And
For sure.
um I think that's also what makes this place special is,
Mm-hmm.
we're inclusive, we're like-minded. Um, we look after one another, and um,
Oh,
you
Charlotte,
know,
besides, trust me,
I'm a Jedi.
Jedi.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Ladybug wants a message from the universe. You want to do that one?
Okay.
Ladybug.
Uh, Edgar has been sitting in my lap for like the last 20 minutes, or not 20 minutes. He's an exceptionally long time for him. He is not, he likes to come say hi. I don't know if you could see him, but Georgie made an appearance earlier.
Yeah, I saw
But
that.
Edgar is, no, he's curled up in my lap right now watching me shuffle cards. He's like, hey, you quit petting me. I was like, what are you doing with those cards? So What does the universe want Ladybug to know? Right? That's who we're doing, Ladybug.
Yep.
It's your favorite card, Dax.
Oh,
It's the it's the it's really the galactic mushroom, the divine matrix, but it's the one that looks like a pile of poop with a pinch point.
oh boy.
But actually, this card make the artistry on this card makes me laugh every time because there is a face in that darker thing, and because it reminds me of poop too. And then it's got the there's a little mist coming up from it, like stink coming off of a turd. But really, if you know anything about mushrooms, that's how spores from mushrooms, you know, go out into the world. But this is saying that the world is so much bigger than we think, and we are so connected with everyone. And we need to be aware that, I mean, it's kind of a wake up call or a reminder that you're not alone. All you have to do is reach out, especially if you need help, ask your angels, because I mean, and ask the universe, because neither one can do anything until you ask. And once you do ask and you're willing and ready to accept their advice, um, you know, you're on your way. And the whale song is kind of the same thing. I'm not even looking at I think I pulled this card once, so I honestly can't remember what the book says about it, but it says whale song and it's resonating. And to me, whale song, whales, they're very family oriented or group oriented. So, it's kind of the same thing with the galactic mushroom. And, their communication can travel for, I don't know. I mean, I would have to look it up. How many miles can their whale song travel?
Yeah.
And they gather together and help each other out. And so I just think, I mean, I get the feeling that the message that I'm getting is maybe you're feeling a little bit isolated right now, but the universe wants you to know you're not, but you have to be open. It's basically saying you're as closed off as you want yourself to be right now. So um maybe open up a little bit.
Oh, Drops of
That
Jupiter
was
just came in. I want to say
oh hey girl.
hi to Drops of Jupiter, one of our regulars. And yeah, it's our new time. Drops. Hope it didn't mess you up. It's like, why are they on Anyway, oh, I pull cards for her too, just real quick, and I got the one of the cards of the day. So I just had to mention that because you were talking and doing the reading for what was it, Ladybug? And
Yeah.
I was like, what happens if I pull a card? And I had shuffled the cards of the day back
Right,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
deck, and with having so few readings, it's amazing that this actually came up. So if you're dealing with any of that, same thing that I said at the beginning of the show there, Ladybug, I don't think you were here, but looking at those choices and things, and don't slip into the fantasy. And I also pulled the Seven of Swords. So again, with that many swords, maybe a little bit of overthinking, and then they're trying to get away with carrying, sneaking away with, too many swords here. It could be suggesting that you have too many irons in the fire. Okay. So a little more message for you. I feel alone with no help. I'm dealing with a lot. Yes.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense with
That
those cards coming up.
yeah. And I will say that I didn't show the galactic mushroom, but that card, that's actually the second time that card has come up for me tonight as well.
Oh, see, there you go. The
But
synchronicity.
it was maybe I can't, I don't know which one I pulled it on, but it was like, but again, like you said, for a few readings that we had, and for that particular card to show up twice. And I know at one point in time that was on the bottom of the deck, just because I could see it when as I was shuffling that was on the bottom of the deck, and somehow it made it up and
Mm-hmm.
popped out again. So
Oh,
yeah,
you got your pendulum ready?
I do. Yeah.
Drops of Jupiter has one of those yes nos.
All right.
Will my
All
son
right.
be in contact with me? And while you're doing that, real quick, I'm just going to let people know what's coming up on the network. So this Saturday, Michelle's Mystic Corner, gratitude and abundance. Of course, we're going to be talking about manifesting and the tarot and a lot of different things, I think, on this show. And then on Sunday, it's that live Zoom discussion and Q&A I was talking about. So if you join the guild for life, one payment is 78, and you will be able to join us on Sunday and get free included mentoring and coaching and any questions you have about tarot or numerology or anything psychic, any questions about starting or building a business around your psychic gifts, around tarot, around astrology, numerology, whatever it is. And then I did want to mention the angelic view is I haven't heard from Maria. It's weird. It's been a couple, I don't know.
Well, maybe she's in the process of making the move or something.
I don't know. Could be, could be. But the 17th, that's probably what it is. She's her and her husband are probably on their way back to Florida from New York. And that's why she's been off the air, folks. It's logistics. And she's supposed to do her first show back on the 17th of this month. So I just thought I'd fill everybody in on that. Alrighty. What happened with
Um,
the pendulum?
the pendulum unfortunately said no.
Hmm.
It wasn't like sometimes, like when I get answers with the pendulum, it's like big, definite swings, like, you know, yes or no. But this is like a, you know, small back and forth no. But I will say, if it's a maybe, there it does circle for me. And it was not circling, it was giving me the back and forth for no instead of the forward and backwards is yes, side to side is no, and it was very small side to side, but it
Ah.
was, and I asked twice
Oh, okay.
because I was like, I didn't want to. I was like, oh, did I influence the swing of that? And so I asked twice and was, very steady on the second one, and I got the same thing. So, maybe that's saying that there's something out there that you can, the way things are
Yeah.
standing right now, it's a
Right. Now,
no, but there might be something that changes that
yeah, and I've got
comes
some
into it.
information on that on what to do because I pulled some cards. And by the way, it's the top of the hour. We made through a full hour, which I didn't think we were going to do at this new time, and with just limited number of people in the chat compared to our regular shows. So anyway, maybe we will build Monday Fun Day back up, right? So
You can only hope.
I got the Six of Swords, and with six, the number six is the nurture energy, and the Six of Wands is literally the success card. But any card with six on it, I say, it's either leaning towards success or it is telling you how to get success, which in this case is it's all about the swords, the overthinking, too many swords, too many thoughts and ideas on this. However, that said, that's what I normally say. But I pulled this out and I looked at it And right away, I don't know, there's something about her, like there's no oarsman like there is in regular Waite Smith versions of this. She's just standing there in the boat slowly approaching the island over there. uh I don't know, I got this very solemn kind of, yeah, just this no feeling, I just like, yeah, that doesn't look good, that doesn't look good. But
Yeah.
I did pull more cards. I got card 27, which is one of the added cards to the major arcana that Pamela put in her steel wizard deck. That's why it's so thick. The I am, the cosmic chicken, we call it. And this combined with the other card I got, the nine of cups. So 27, 2 plus 7 is 9. So that's endings in numerology. And then the nine of cups is literally the wish come true. He's at a wishing well. I mean, that's the way she drew it. You can have your wish come through with um getting back in contact with your son, just not right now. Like Charlotte said, the pendulum's pointing against it. I'm getting a negative feeling from this card. But if you work on yourself, see, it seems to have more about what you can let go of, because 27 again, 9 is the end of the cycle. It's what no longer serves me. So there's foundations, there are thoughts and ideas, patterns and habits, belief systems, even relationships that are no longer serving you, that you need to let go of. And if you can change yourself, then you might get your wish come true then.
And that's totally the intuitive hit that I was getting on that as well. And that's why I think the pendulum was, not like swinging wildly from side to side.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, as things stand right now, no, but things can change. So don't give up hope, but also don't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, right?
Exactly. Hey, so we can end the show and made it through an hour with limited folks in the chat here. I want to leave you guys with the anniversary sale. I forgot to mention the URL. I just put it into the chat. It's psychic.cafe/20 years. Very simple. Psychic.cafe/20 years. Go and get in on this lifetime membership package deal. It is like worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I mean, God, if you take my $300 course, $138 to get certified at the CTR level, that's 438 plus about 500 and something what we would charge for lifetime on its own. It's like $1,000 value. So get in on that, because this is what's going to happen. I always do great stuff for Black Friday, right? Right. So Black Friday's coming up in November, right? And I want to keep the sale going for the holidays. We always do sales for the holidays, but I can't do it at the $78. We did it last year. We gave everybody an opportunity. We got rid of the lifetime membership. We just brought it back. And if you hurry, you can get in on that one payment of $78. But that's going away. We're gonna be raising it. It'll still be on sale. It's still, it will still be a lot lower than $1,000, the value, or even the regular lifetime membership, $499. It's going to be a lot lower than that, but it's not going to be $78. It's going to be like 149, and then it's going to inch its way up. I'm thinking of maybe doing a sale where it's 3 payments of 78 later on in the season. Haven't worked it all out yet, but just know the price is doubling, tripling. It's going way up. So grab it while it's still $78. All righty. Hey, thanks for joining me, Charlotte.
Yeah, Monday,
This was
Monday.
great. Yeah, we still got to see a lot of our regulars, even though it's a new time. So remember, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when we start it. Um, this coming Wednesday, hopefully Michelle will join us, and it'll be the same time. So our next show this Wednesday, 5 p.m. and 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'm hoping that Maria will be able to, pop in more because she's on the East Coast and she was saying how it was too late for her to pop in. So now that it's 8, maybe she can pop in. I don't know. I'll have to send her a message, let her know about the time change. Yeah.
We should think about doing a day show, like maybe doing a
Yes, I was
Friday day show.
I was just thinking of that where it would be great. I wanted to do like Deborah on her channel. She has shows that she calls pop-up shows. And I was thinking of doing some pop-up shows where I don't even promote it. I just show up, and go on. But we could do some Tuesday and let's see, Tuesday and Fridays would be good. And then
Yeah, I think we're missing a big market on Friday. I think we're missing
yeah,
a big
yeah,
opportunity on Friday, but we held that open for so long for Catherine that,
right. That did it
you know,
in, but we
and
can build
then,
it back up. We had people there for the 20th anniversary show. They showed up on that Friday. So yeah, we should try some day shows because I actually prefer the day shows, just logistically. And of course, this is helping starting at 6 p.m. my time, Mountain Time. That's helping starting out earlier because look, it's 7 o'clock and I'm done. Yay. So I can actually go and do the rest of my work I have to do before I go to sleep. Yep. All righty. Bye, everybody.
thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. It was a lot of fun. And special thanks for uh special special thanks to Deborah Zachow for joining us. I love going to her shows. Bye everyone.
Bye bye.
Yay. That's so funny. That's that Charlotte at the end.